uh, office friends from other religions, you are able to connect better because this covers the 101 for university. And it is based on Bhagavad Gita. None of the answers are mine. It's all what is written over there. Now, what happens? What you learn through PowerPoints, you have to take it on the faith value that, okay, Ganesh is saying this or Gauranga Chandra is saying. When you start reading Bhagavad Gita, you will get the confirmation that it is like that. You make one another. But that takes some time. So, means you have to have some faith for a few more weeks as we dive into Bhagavad Gita. Okay. Correct. So we'll quickly go through, just raise your hand and just say your first name and tell us in one liner, why am I here? चलेंगे? Okay. Do we go left or right? कहाँ से चालू करें? Go for it.
So I'm Rakesh, and why I'm here to just discover the knowledge. That's the
It says discover yourself. So you are
discover myself.
very nice. Please go. Next.
Viraj, just on the surface level, I know what Bhagavad Gita is. Trying to discover more and learn more, like how I can better like or understand it more deeper.
Viraj. Okay. Very nice. Should we go line by line or row by column by row? Okay. So we do column at a time. Okay. Very nice. Thank you.
Last year. After that, I just wanted to continue.
Welcome back.
My name is Kaveri. I just wanted to.
Thank you. Very nice. Yes, sir.
Yeah, my name is Teja, and I'm here to basically begin my spiritual journey. Like, I've been interested in it, but never started. So this is like start.
Very nice. You're in the right place. Yes, sir.
Yeah, my name is Yogesh. I'm here to enhance my spirituality, finding peace and fulfillment.
Very nice. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, I'm Nikita. So I was looking for ways to spend some time and learn more about spirituality. I stumbled on this opportunity. Yes.
Very nice. Yes.
Hi, I'm Aditya. I'm here for the association.
Okay. Very nice. Thank you. Aditya.
Hi, I'm Manasa. So I'm here to, like, I tried to read Bhagavad Gita, but I didn't stick to the practice. So I want to practice it and also know more about the spirituality.
Very nice.
Hi, I am Vithal, and I took a course like this in my undergrad. It was a graded course for 1 semester, but that was many years ago. So I wanted to study it again to, yeah, so that I can learn it again because I've forgotten most of it.
Very nice. Very nice. And we have our volunteer management team. So we'll just let them announce their names and one liner. Why am I here?
Yeah, so you get a good experience. Hope we are able to satisfy. Okay.
Hey everybody, Hare Krishna, I'm Rahul. We have to volunteer for the AV setup and all the setup here. So nice to meet you all.
My name is Chandu or Chaitanya Vala. I'm at service of Gauranga Chandra Prabhu, and just trying to spread the knowledge in the area of CR for all people. And Rahul has also been a student of the same program. He has graduated. He's very sincere since last two and a half years. So he was like 2 years back. Now he's very sincerely learning and practicing poetry.
And your name, bro?
My name is Chandu.
And Chandra, bro, how many years back you did the device?
Sorry, I should have said. So my journey started, my spiritual journey started 11 years back, or 12 years back, actually, to be more precise. And Ganesh Prabhu was I was like 12 years back, and he was my teacher. He's still my teacher and I'm still learning.
So it's around 33 or 34 batches so far. Now the beauty is Chandu or Rahul or Gaurav Prabhu, they found value in the syllabus. They found value in their life. And they genuinely think that we should help push this forward. That is why they're volunteering. Otherwise, on a sunny day in Seattle, they could be doing something else. And all of you could be doing something else. So we all are here for a purpose. So let's be here and get the best out of what time we're spending together. Is that fair? So we'll do it like a 2-minute kirtan and then we'll get started. It's call and response, means I say it once, you repeat. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, eyes closed, please. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Srila Prabhupada की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। I was born in the darkness and my Guru opened my eyes. That is the meaning of the prayer. Are you able to see screen okay? So today what we are covering is the first session. And in the first session, what we are talking about is the syllabus that talks about inner self. Means who am I really? Like I was saying, if we do not know who I am in a company, my role is not clear, then it's very difficult to be successful. So in short, just like we have these amazing cars, but end of the day, there is a human being who decides, I want to go someplace. There is a purpose put by a person into the car, say, let's go here, let's go there. It could be manually driven, it could be auto driven, but you have to have a purpose. That means you need a driver. You need somebody to set the car in motion. That is what the relationship is between the body and the soul. So the car and driver is equal to the body and the soul. So it's a, now any analogy we give from this world will indicate to the reality, but it will not be perfect example. So we just have to understand like spirit behind the example. So Arjuna, if you look at the Bhagavad Gita, first chapter, whole first chapter. By the way, the greatness of Arjuna is before the Mahabharata war, Arjuna had already defeated Kauravas. in the fight for Virat Desh, where the Pandavas were in Adnyatwas. Adnyatwas means they are incognito, and the match was go find them. So Kauravas started analyzing how to find Pandavas. And they knew Pandavas follow Dharma. And wherever there is Dharma, there is a prosperity. So they start asking which kingdom is flourishing the most. And they heard Virat Desh is flourishing the most. So that is where they said, okay, how to bring out Pandavas? If we go and attack Virat Desh, Pandavas cannot keep quiet. They will come out and fight. And that is how we win. We find them. And so they decide to attack the Virat Desh, and they take all the cows from there, and they are kind of declaring their victory. Now in this Pradesh, there is this prince, Bahu. He decides to go fight with them, but actually is very scared. He's like, Kauravas are not ordinary people. This is Karna and Drona, Bhishma. Very, very powerful personalities, indefeatable personalities. And that is where, what are the roles Pandavas are playing over there? Bhima, his diet is huge. So he plays the role in the kitchen so that there is full access to prasadam. There is no shortage. Arjuna is playing the role of teaching the dance to the princess Uttara. So now he's teaching dance to the in the name of Brahannada. Brahannada is like neither man nor woman. Today's world can say what LGBTQ or whatever, right? So why he is having that role? Why he's playing this role? Because he got cursed. What is the curse he got? That he will have to become a Napunsak. Now, why he got that curse? He's a good man. Well, before the war, he wanted to go to the different lokas, Swargaloka, and collect weaponry. So when he went to the Swargaloka, and we think ultimate destination is Obichare Marga, Swargavasi ho gaye. Swarga is not a permanent location. It's more like a glorified place to enjoy and come back when the vacation is over. So in Swarga, Indra's Darbar, there was a dance going on. Uttara was dancing. No, not Uttara. Urvashi. Urvashi was dancing. And Arjuna was looking at Urvashi more carefully. Indra thought he's infatuated by Urvashi. So he instructs Urvashi, please go to Arjuna's palace where he's staying and make him happy. Urvashi comes, says, Arjuna, Indra has sent me to make you happy because you are looking at me more intently. Arjuna says, oh mother, you took an incarnation in my Purvajas as one of my ancestors' king's wife you were. So you are my family member. So as a family member, I'm not looking at like you as an Apsara. I'm looking at you more like my family member. So I'm intently looking at you for that. Like you suddenly find your mom or auntie or somewhere, you are going to look at them more carefully rather than just like everybody else. So Urvashi explained him that Urvashi literally means in Sanskrit laptop actually. Laptop. That's the translation. If you take a literal translation of Urvashi. So Urvashi explained in Swarga, the morality rules of earthly place does not apply. Here, Apsaras you can enjoy. There is Somarasa, there are Apsaras you can enjoy. Arjuna said, no, although I'm allowed to enjoy, I don't want to enjoy because I always see you as my family member. She got angry, she cursed him. You'll become Napunsak, Brahannada. So now Arjuna is playing the role of Brahannada, teaching the dance to the princess Uttara. And then Uttara, after the story is over, the war and all that, the king says, when the Pandavas came out of the incognito, the king is saying, you were in the inner quarters chambers of the princess all this 1 year. So you have been very close to her. And now it is difficult to explain somebody else that there was a man in her inner quarters and still, please marry my princess. Why don't you marry Arjuna? Uttara. He says, no. I always looked at Uttara as my daughter. Although he's teaching the most beautiful princess the dance for 1 year, he's looking at her like a daughter. He's looking at Apsara, Vishwamitra Muni vagara, after 60,000 years of tapacharya, first time the Rambha Urvashi came, He got infatuated and he got married to one Apsara. After the children were born, he realized, "Arey, main to fas gaya. I was doing my tapasya and I got baffled." So he left. Second time, he again started tapasya. Again, thousands of years of tapasya. Again, Indra sends another Apsara. Just by hearing the chum chum chum, he gets distracted and he gets angry second time. And second time he gets angry and basically second time because of his fire, he burns the Apsara. So first time he got attracted, second time he got angry. Both times he lost thousands of years of tapacharya progress. Here is Arjuna, who has multiple wives. He's a Kshatriya. He's allowed to take more wives as per the rules of Kshatra Dharma. And he's saying, no, I'm not attracted to you. In the sense that I can see you as a family member and nothing more than that. Look at the mind control of Arjuna. Vishwamitra Muni, thousands of years of tapacharya, but that mind control is at X level. Arjuna is at next level. Being a Kshatriya, he's not gone to jungle doing tapasya. He knows bow and arrow shooting, right? But his mind control is so good. Now, another example is Ashwathama, who was the son of Dronacharya. So, usually, so any of your parents, means bache hai kisi ke? All are bachelors. Okay. So now your kids are performing. Okay, very good. Very good. You should always bring children to the spiritual classes. So now, say your daughter is performing Bharatnatyam or something, and you have camera in the hand. Where would you focus it the most? She's dancing with other 20 kids. Your camera will be always on your kid. Correct. So our children are always our priority. Like that, Ashwathama, although he was not a qualified student, but he wanted Brahmastra. So Dronacharya gave him the Brahmastra. Dronacharya gives him Brahmastra. He did not teach him how to withdraw the Brahmastra. अगर किसी ने आपके ऊपर ब्रह्मास्त्र भेज दिया, how to withdraw that, नहीं सिखाया. अपना बेटा, खुद का बेटा, नहीं सिखाया. Did not teach. But he taught Arjuna how to release the Brahmastra and how to withdraw it back. Why? He knew Arjuna's mind control. Nowadays, we see a person with power but no mind control, and the whole world is baffled. Yes. But in the Vedic times, the power and the astras Rishi Munis would give to the Kshatriya who has mind control so that they can release at the right time. So, what would happen? In the growing age, Arjuna would learn the Brahmastra weapon. After dozens and dozens of years, in the warfare, when you have an attack coming, you're about to die, that time you are going to remember that complex shloka, mantra, which will help you release the weaponry. Arey, we do not know when we forget our phone number and address. Say you have a dacoit coming into your house and now gun toting going around and you're calling 911. The first thing you'll forget is your address. 2310, I'll try to call you. And the 911 is saying, please confirm your address. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you. So we'll forget our own address, maybe our own name, our phone number, anything. But Arjuna was able to remember the mantras he learned in the childhood to be released way later when the life is at risk in the middle of war. That was his power. So why I'm explaining so much about Arjuna? So Arjuna has mind control towards ladies, mind control towards death, mind control towards mantras, mind control towards other people. Everything was fully mind control. And that is the Arjuna who, oh, by the way, and then the Virat Disha Yuddha, what happens? Arjuna tells the prince, I will do your chariot driving. Let's go to the war. I'll take care of everything. You just be there, right? Over there, Arjuna releases the Mohini Astra. Is it no? Mohini Astra? Some kind of a hypnotism Divyastra. I think it's Mohini Astra. Where all the Kauravas, great Kauravas, fall asleep. And then, as per the codes of Kshatriya conduct, if you take the Uttariya of somebody, if you pull it out, as good as you kill that person. So he collects the Uttariyas of all the Bhishma and Drona and everybody, brings it back saying that we conquered, we won. War is over. So when they wake up, they see my upper garment is gone. I have lost the war. How peacefully he closed the whole war. That is the power of Arjuna. He could have released Brahmastra and all that. No, not required. Simple astra, job done. So that powerful Arjuna, right before the Mahabharata war starts, which is some 18 Aukshahini. Aukshahini is like a number, which is 18 Aukshahinis are equivalent of what? 64 crore people, 640 million people are on the battlefield. These are all trained Kshatriyas who came uninvited. In those days, real Kshatriya means you don't need to invite them. They are themselves looking for a fight. They'll come and join. Then they come and decide. कौन सी side से लड़ना है? But they want to fight and they'll come uninvited. Real Kshatriyas will come uninvited. Like you're walking on the street and some chaos happens. Some people will run away. Some people will run to the problem and solve it. Those are Kshatriyas. They are not scared for their life. They'll do the right thing. So this is where if you open Bhagavad Gita and read the first chapter, the whole chapter, Arjuna is telling Krishna, मारामारी नहीं करते, मारामारी बुरी होती है. Fight is bad. We should not do the war. To the point, I am willing to go to jungle. I am willing to live a life of begging. If Kauravas don't want to give me anything, that is okay. If my relatives and my friends are standing on the other side to fight with me, I would rather die at their hands rather than killing them. Because if I kill people, what will happen? Their families become orphan. The ladies, the children, they become orphan. In a war zone, what is the first thing that happens? The families are broken. Families are broken. What happens to the dependents? Now they are exposed to the antisocial elements. They'll be taken advantage of. The ladies will be exposed. The children will be exposed. So there is chaos in the society. As a result, the whole culture will collapse. Looks very logical, right? Arjuna is giving all these logical arguments for not fighting. And he's the same Arjuna who knows Brahmastra, who has fought Lord Shiva, who is not scared of. He has defeated all Kauravas. He's not attracted to anything. He doesn't care about wealth also. That is first chapter Arjuna. Then what happened? Because we know the Mahabharata ended well for Pandavas. They conquered, they became the winner. What happened in the middle? In the second chapter, Krishna starts speaking and he gives Arjuna the knowledge about the soul, Atma. And that's the game changer knowledge. And the Arjuna goes from what situation? My whole body is trembling. My hair is standing on end. And my bow is Gandiva is slipping from my hand and my skin is burning. See what happens before appraisal or first time you are proposing a girl. You know, all these symptoms is going through. But he came out victorious out of this situation. Why? Because he heard Bhagavad Gita from Krishna. And what he's saying, I'm now unable to stand here any longer. I am forgetting myself and my mind is reeling. I see only causes of misfortune, O Krishna. Only signs of misfortune. Lack of confidence, anxiety, demoralized, stress, depression. You name it and it is there. Just like what happens when big layoffs happen in the company. 10,000 people removed. We go through this, right? Lack of confidence. Although we may know a lot of technology, but lack of confidence, anxiety am I counted in that? Demoralized. And same thing with the visas and so many situations in life. We go through this situation. So that's like our situation, exactly like the first chapter, Arjun. We're qualified, capable, competent, and still we go through all of that. That is where Bhagavad Gita is the game changer. But Arjuna came out victorious. And if we learn Bhagavad Gita, we have in proportion and strength, we follow Bhagavad Gita, we can also come out victorious in our life. But before we say victory, we just have to know also what the success criteria is. For success criteria to know, we have to know who am I also. What's my role? Are we together on this so far? I'll take a pause to see if there are any questions, any comments. This class is 100% money back guarantee course. Why? There is no cost, no obligation. Enjoy. This is the syllabus. Am I matter or a spirit? Who am I really? First thing. Second thing is, what are scientists talking about? Can scientists believe in God basically? difference between the living person and the robot, mechanism of the mind, practical benefits of knowledge about soul. Now, this 6, 7 session series get incrementally interesting. It builds like a pyramid, layer by layer. What happens in the architecture if you miss one layer? ISO, OSI, network layer. You take out one layer out of it. You take out the transport layer, or the whole thing will collapse. If you miss one class, then it's hard for you to connect the dots. You'll still be in the class, but that architectural clarity that you can carry in your life will not be there. And the living example I have is, having done so many batches, one of my students, every time I would start the class, he would fall asleep. Right? Military veteran, he would fall asleep every time I start the class. And I would let him sleep, because the spiritual knowledge works even when you are sleeping. A few months later, he calls me from India and says that, Prabhu, I have a question. I said, sure. My grandma just died. What should I do? I said, in my mind, when I was explaining the class, you were resting well, but I'll explain you. So I explained him what to do, how to do, and she was about to die, whole process in the Garuda Purana, the science of soul again. So if you learn over here, practical benefit is outside, right? So that's why it is important to learn here. And we should have learned this in our first grade or fifth grade. Somehow syllabus is not designed by us. So we learn like this. So who am I really? And Dr. Harry calculated that if we take all the chemicals in our body and take a market value of that, or Amazon.com value of that, it will be very, very cheap. For $2, you can buy all the chemicals in our body in the proportion they are available. And of course, water is free in the state of Washington. 70% of body is water. And basically, I have a business, software services business. I need people badly. Let me know if you can find somebody for $2, right? It will not happen. Why? We're much more than this $2. We are not just chemicals. We are more than that. We all agree. And if somebody says, no, I am $2, then it's like, wow, come. So what's our real identity, right? Anyone knows this name? Sri Devi. Anybody doesn't know Sri Devi? She's a Bollywood actress from when we were growing up. So now she was found dead in the hotel of Dubai, unfortunately. Our prayers for her. But what is the difference between Sri Devi alive and Sri Devi dead? Whose answer? Okay. Any other answers? Say it loudly. These are all our people in us. Beauty fades. Okay. What else? Say it loudly. Weakness, strength is gone. Okay. What else? Okay.
Will not come back to consciousness.
It will not come back to you. You're saying if a car is out of gas, I can put the gas, it comes back to life. But when somebody's dead, they don't come back to life. And if they come back, we run away, isn't it? Like when we are alive, people are asking us, how are you? How are you? How are you? But if I'm dead, even my own wife will be scared of my dead body. Right? She'll call relatives and say, I can't stay overnight alone. Right? Would get What if he wakes up and starts talking? But when I'm alive, then it's like, how are you? What do you need? Bhook lagi hai. Right? So what is the difference between the living body and dead body? Dead body ke baad, like the same wife in the traditional India, not talking now, she would touch husband's feet and then take shower and touch husband's feet and then start cooking. Now, if she touches the feet of the dead body, she has to go take a shower. It's like a shower का direction change हो गया. पहले shower पहले लेते थे, अभी बाद में लेना पड़ेगा, right? Whenever you come from the smashan, first thing you are supposed to do what? Take a shower, right? So it's very interesting what happens when the soul is not in the body starts decaying. In matter of hours, it becomes heavy, and there are lots of worms inside the body. They immediately start the disintegration process, and they start to grow on the body and release all kinds of gases. So the body starts to smell like anything. So when they preserve the body by putting special chemicals in the deep freezer, then the body can stay as it is a little bit. But if you leave the body in the open, disintegration, like Mother Nature, immediately starts to claim the property back, saying that this is my property, I'll take it back. So the primary difference between living body and dead body is dead body needs 4 people to carry. But the living body, the person can participate in Olympics. They can do huge jumps and swimming and strength showing exercises. What happened? The same person now needs 4 people. By the way, no offense to anybody, but अगर 4 हिंदू एक ही दिशा में जा रहे हैं और भगवान का भी नाम ले रहे, समझ लो कोई मर गया, राइट? क्या कहते हैं लोग? राम नाम सत्य है. So if Ram Nam is true after death, should it be true while we are alive also? Yeah, we should not be very shy taking Lord's name. Right? मरने के बाद what do we say? राम नाम सत्य है. तो क्या पहले असत्य थोड़ी है? सत्य है. Anybody who does not know Hindi, because I slide into Hindi and I want to make sure I'm covering all. Everybody knows Hindi. Awesome. So chemicals are same, $2, but no thinking, feeling, willing. Whether you're walking on the street and you insult somebody, they'll fight back. But dead body, you insult also, it will be same. Does not matter anymore. The soul is gone. And what happens? The soul can go through different bodies as a transmigration. That means different lives we have taken, different lives we will take, and that is the experiential journey. And what is in second chapter Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying, "Na jayate mriyate va kadachit, nayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuya, ajo nitya shashvato yam purano, na hanyate hanyamani sharire." For the soul, there is neither birth or nor death. It is just not neither birth nor death at any time. So what does that mean? We are eternal in nature. Just like if when my child goes to college or goes to some other continent, still my credit cards are active. Yes, because they're on education. So they're still using my credit cards to run the show. That means I can help them remotely also, even when they're not in present front of me. So like that, whether our ancestors, whether our family members, even if they're not present before us, we can help them. Spiritually and karmically, we can do good things for them. That's a very relieving idea because we feel, why do we cry when somebody leaves? The reason we cry is there are things we could have done for them when they were alive, and when they're not there, now we are missing the opportunity to do those things. But if we know that even today I can do something for them, that relieves us of the burden that I did not do something for my near ones and dear ones. That means now even remotely we can do something. What can we do for them? If we do any spiritual activity, just like I can send money to my college kids out of sight, I can also send the karmic punya to the person who is not present here. That is such a good news. I can help my family, I can help my ancestors, I can help everyone. How about I help myself first? So in aeroplane, we say, put the mask first on yourself. So first we have to make ourselves stronger by understanding the science, then following the science, then taking the benefit of the science of soul, and then we start giving benefit to everybody else. Is that fair? Am I making sense so far? Otherwise, we can start the prasadam earlier. So, body and soul, there are two differences. Not two, multiple differences. The first difference is body is a matter. What is a matter? The physical, everything we see in this world is matter. Matter is naturally dead. Matter naturally disintegrates. You can build a Taj Mahal, but if you don't maintain it, it will become Khandahar, right? Castles, very strong built, but if you don't maintain it, they will also dwindle. So no matter how strong things you make out of matter, the nature is to, yeah. But spirit, how a baby is born, few cells, organic cells. But when the soul's presence is there, now they start to organize and grow and become stronger and stronger. And then from that comes the Arnold and strong personalities. That means soul's presence, there is no disintegration. There is integration, growth, life force, and development. So wherever there is spirit, there is life, there is force. Wherever there is no spirit, there is a disintegration. Then the matter is naturally not conscious. The body or the table or physical things does not matter. That's why we say does not matter. So फर्क नहीं पड़ता. But think about it. The soul, we're always conscious. For example, suddenly a king cobra appears in this room out of nowhere. Slithering cobra comes out of this something. What will we do? We'll react. First thing is to say, cobra. Second thing is, some people will go hide, run. Some people will try to attack the cobra and say, I want to save people's life, Kshatriya nature. They will say, let me kill the cobra. Some people will call animal rescue. Some people will call 911. Some people will call their family and say, I love you. I'm on my way. Right? But do you think this microphone will act any differently? This laptop will act any differently? That is the consciousness. We react differently than matter. Changes. The body basically goes through change. For example, if I show you a photo when I was 1 year old, will you recognize me? And if I reach 90, again I should look different. Yes. But the soul does not change. There is no change for the soul. Isn't it amazing? The soul does not go through change. It is eternal, it is permanent, it is conscious, and body is temporary, means it comes from Mother Nature. It goes back into the Mother Nature. Our body has three destinations. Can somebody guess? One of the three destinations at the end of the life.
Body has the destination end of the life.
No, no. At the end of our life, the body has three options to go. One is we burn it, jala diya, एक option. Second option is गाड़ दिया, bury. Second option हो गई. What is the third option? चलो, fourth हो गया. जल समाधि. Thank you for adding to this, fellas. So, and then the fourth is we can become the bird stool. Why? Because in the Zoroastrian culture, there is an idea that everything should be used in the service of the nature and everyone. So even the body is fed to the birds. Now birds eat the body, then what do they pass on? Stool. So the body becomes through processing stool again. So these are the destinations of the body. Now if you look at our body, right? I don't invest a lot in my hair, you can tell. But we have gels and creams and oils and so many things for good hair. But then why, when you find one hair in the, food, why do we shout? "Hey, what is this? What is this?" It's a hair you invested into. The same hair pops up in Srikhanda. You don't eat that Srikhanda anymore. It's like a cat. What is this? Right? Because it is connected here, it has a life, it is growing. Moment it is out, it is dead. इसका कोई कीमत नहीं है. It is nuisance now. So soul by nature is Sat Chit Ananda Vigraha. Sat, eternal. Chit, knowledge, conscious. Ananda, by nature soul is happy. Vigraha, it has a shape also. Wow. Soul is Satchit Ananda Vigraha by nature, by definition, default. Body, neither Sat, nor Chit, nor Ananda, nor it has a shape because it disintegrates back in the nature. But what do we consider ourselves? Oh, I am Ganesh. I have this car. I have this house. I have this. I have this. So ultimately, we act our whole life. I am this body, while we are not this body. That is why we are living the life of a crazy person. Because what is crazy? You go to the mental asylum, like there is a joke that the Prime Minister of India went to the mental asylum and he went over there and said that I am Narendra Modi and I am the Prime Minister of India. And the first patient that he met over there, he said, "Dhire se bolo." I used to also think like that. They brought me here. So, like that, there is a misconception. The next room he goes into, the person says, I am God. And he hears a sound from the room next to that saying that, how can you be God? I have not retired yet. Like, so identity conflict. So if we think I'm body, but I'm not this body, whole life we are playing a wrong game actually. So what does Bhagavad Gita do? Please come in, sir. Yeah, please make space for. So we have to play the right game. And the step one is, who am I? Without knowing that, we're playing whose game? Like imagine end of life, the soul comes into the body, looks at the body, and then remembers how did I spend my life? Like where was the project budget spent? 100 years and possibly $20 million. Spent for what? Spent on all the bodily items, hair products, skin products, vitamins, all the good stuff that were sold, clothes, experiences, but everything at a body level. And there is zero investment at soul level. So what we're saying is, please take care of your body just as much you take care of your car also, but also invest into who you are, which is Atma, which is soul. Why? Because end of the life, the body stays here, Atma goes forward. So you want to invest into an account that is eternal account instead of putting all your money in an account that expires. So make a permanent investment of your time. Because time, everybody gets 24 hours in a day. But some part of that can be for long-term investment, real investment. Why? Because that is who you are. Okay? Questions? What is naturally dead? It acts like it is alive because of the presence of soul. In Pune, in the Brahmachari ashram, there is a mirror in the bathroom as they wake up, and that mirror says this statement: "You are not what you see." It's like every day you wake up and it's like, "Oh, I'm not this." Okay, chalega, you know. So it's a reminder that I'm not this body. I'm not this body. I'm not this body. Now, half knowledge is more dangerous. We want you to complete the syllabus, 6, 7 sessions, so that you do not carry half knowledge into practical implementations. Right? For example, you say, okay, I'm not this body, you're not this body. So now I will go and do something to somebody saying that anyway, you're not this body. What is the problem? The answer will come back, yes, you are also not the body. You should. You know? So you are Atma, the real driver of the bodily car. This picture is very important because it shows a couple of things. One is the presence of soul in the region of the heart. And second thing is presence of God in the region of heart. That means you must have heard of that sabke dil mein bhagwan hai, sabke hriday mein bhagwan hai. That is actually and practically and factually true. As per scriptures, God is present in everyone's heart. And even the soul is present. So God, in the form of Paramatma, is watching the soul's desire and asking what do you want. And the soul keeps saying, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this, I want to do that. Now, Here's the mother of all networks, and that's called as the Paramatma network. What Paramatma network does is Paramatma is in the heart of everyone. Right now, I only know what I am thinking. I know little bit of my past. I have a guess on my future. Who knows what is my future? But Paramatma, that is the representation of the Lord, that knows what is in everyone's heart, not just in this room, but in the whole existence. What is everyone's history? What is the past? And what is the future? That is the powerful network Paramatma has. Paramatma is also present in the heart of the Devatas, and Devatas are responsible to control our body organs. Wow. That means in the morning, when we go to bathroom, we think we are performing the bathroom activity. We are not. There is a Ishta Devata called as Mitra Dev. That Mitra Dev is responsible for the excretory function. If you make Mitra Dev angry, you can take all the laxatives in the world, nothing will work. Body organs are controlled by Devatas. How do we know? Well, this is how it works. The Atma says, I want to lift my hand. Now, something really happens behind the scene. How many of you are actual software engineers? You'll understand. What is the typical question in the interview? You go hit Amazon.com, what happens behind the scenes? Yes? I'll not ask you the answer. Sitna time nahi hai. But when the Atma says, I want to raise my hand, the Paramatma says, you want to raise your hand. Okay, let me see if you have karma balance. And the Paramatma will calculate the karma balance of the Atma and say that, yes, you do have the balance. Now, the Devata who is controlling the hand, Paramatma is also sitting in the heart of the Devata. Paramatma gives direction to the Devata saying that X soul, IP address this, इसका हाथ उठा, कितना उठाना है, उठा. Hand goes up. What happens to people whose karma balance is over? So have you seen some people go through this lakwa? What is the English word for that? Paralysis. So paralysis हो गया. Abhi now this hand is hanging like this. I'm making the desire. I want to lift my hand. I want to lift my hand. पार्टी में जाता हूँ सब लोग बल्ले बल्ले नाच रहे ये बंदे का हाथ ऐसा ही है राइट व्हाट हैपेंड कर्मा बैलेंस खत्म हो गया no karma balance so even if there is desire although the body looks strong there's muscles there's bones there is blood flowing but karma balance is over so Paramatma says sorry out of balance that is how our body function works Paramatma is listening all the time Paramatma is watching all the time Upadrushta, Anumanta. Upadrushta means overseer. Anumanta means giving permission. Last time you thought you went to Las Vegas to attend a technical conference and you thought you were alone. Paramatma was there. Paramatma is watching all the time. Paramatma is recording all the time. So be aware of Lord's presence in the heart. Be conscious of every thought, every activity, every sentence, every action. Why? Because we are also going to learn about the law of karma, how things come back to us. Questions? Yes.
Couple of questions, but yes, go on. If you're a soul and changing the body again and again, why it's a refresh? Why don't we remember who I was in my past life? So that whatever the mistake I have done, I can fix this in my current life and get rid of this journey. My question was that.
Yeah, the question is then his question is why don't we remember everything so that we can remember our mistakes also and we can clarify our mistakes and we can get better. Very good. Who else has this question? Raise your hand. All of you are in the right place. So this today's syllabus will answer the question. The simplified answer is if we remember all the trauma we have experienced in current life, it is too much to remember. All the pain that we have gone through in just current life, Try to remember all the insults, all the people who ignored us, all the people who gave us unfair treatment. Try to leave all the last 10 or 20 appraisals in one go. Anxiety that's been into the appraisal. Try to leave that in one go. It's too much. So the pain is also too much, the happiness is also too much. So it is Lord's arrangement that it is percolated at a right level that we can handle. That's number one. The second thing is we remember what matters the most. That means any emotional incidents we will remember, but we will not remember what I ate 3 days back. Those details we will not remember. Some people do remember their last life, and we are going to talk about that also. It is Lord's arrangement that to keep the life tolerable, we don't remember everything from the past. Because there is so much of pain that everybody has gone through. For example, if we have lived, say, million lifetimes, million times we lost our parents, we lost our siblings, we lost our children, we lost our brothers, we lost our friends, we lost so many times, we died so many times. It's too much. How many times we were animal when we were hunted down? How many crimes happened on us? How many crimes we performed on others? It's too much to remember. That is why it is Lord's arrangement that we only remember what we need to remember to live that experience. So it's by Lord's arrangement. Now, some people do remember their past life, and we are going to talk about that also.
One more question.
Yes.
Is it true? The people around us, particularly like my father, mother, my wife, my kids, are somehow close related to me in my past life? Or it's a new relation that we get based on the karma that we had?
It can be both ways. It can be both ways. What happens, say, for example, you are flying via Emirates to Delhi or Mumbai. You look around you, whom do you see? If you are flying first class, you see people in the first class with you. If you see economy, if you are sitting in economy class, you will see people sitting in the economy class with you. So what happened? Karmically, what you can afford for that travel, those people are bundled together. So what is a family? A family is also, because their karmas are aligned to for similar experience. For example, if I have karma to live in a big tower, right, a big house, other souls who have similar karmas will be bundled up together, saying that you are supposed to enjoy the same way, enjoy it together. So sometimes it is just our karmic balance is equivalent, so we are enjoying it together. Sometimes it is give and take. Scriptures say when a son is born, means a child is born, it is possible that you have done something well to a person, the person comes back to pay it back. So that child will actually take care of you in the old age and even this life. Sometimes your enemies come back as your child. So that means it is possible that you have cheated somebody, you have killed somebody, they come back to give it back. So it can be good, it can be bad, it can be neutral. So there are 3, 4 options what a relative can be. That is where relatives are relative, matlab they keep changing. God is absolute, Atma is absolute, the relationship is absolute. So we want to focus more on the reality of absolute relationships and absolute identity. And the relatives, we have to manage it such a way that it helps us do bhakti or spirituality better for us and them, but we do not get wound up in that. Clear? So the bodies are made out of matter, and we are no more than chemical bundles, some may say. But what are the scriptures saying? We all have presence of the soul in our heart, also presence of Paramatma in our heart. So that means it's amazing to see that whenever you see life, you remember that it's a spiritual energy. You also remember there is a presence of Lord in the heart. Now one may say, wow, so everybody is soul, everybody is equal. Next time I see a tiger, I'll go hug the tiger. You have to also respect that that soul is in tiger's body and you are in the human body. Dur se namaste acha hai, right? not to mix it up. So sorry. Just as the bird is trapped in the cage, the soul is trapped in the body made out of 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether. What does it mean we are trapped? I mean, I'm so proud of my body. Some people say I'm handsome, blah, 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 right? Okay. The soul by nature is Sat Chit Ananda Vigraha. Look at the body. What do you give to the body? Perfumes? Yes. Nice food? Yes. Nice clothes? Yes. What does the body give back? Just what are the outputs of the body? Hair. The moment you find it in your srikanda, you don't want to eat the srikanda. What comes out of your eyes? Tears. Nobody wants it. Saliva coming out of your mouth. Nobody wants it. I'll not go even further. Whatever the body gives out, it's all yucky. How can I be body? I must be soul. I cannot be body. Because whatever you give to the body, the output is not good. It's always yucky. So that is why the soul is trapped within a body. A soul can travel across different lokas, universes without even buying a air ticket. We can, like, just by desiring, we can be in one place, another place. And the soul is very powerful. Soul is spiritual energy. So if we live a life at a soul level, that is the right thing to do. We are trapped in this body, so we are driven by this body. Like a soul in the dog's body will wag the tail and bark. Now the dog may look handsome, may look strong, may look smart, but still a soul is stuck in the dog's body. You cannot be proud of that. Just like that, we don't have to be proud about our material qualification because it is at a body level and it is temporary. And no matter, you can be PhD in this life, next life again, A for apple. But you again start studying. What is the point of that education that you have to study again and again? If you learn spiritual education, it starts where you left off. That means you are continuously making progress. That is better education, right? Not knowing their real identity as the soul, people spend all their life polishing the cage, pampering the body without feeding the soul. Just like in a golden cage, we keep polishing the cage and the bird is dying. Like that, we take care of the body, the soul is craving for happiness. That is why rich people in this world are not happy. Poor people in this world are not happy. Educated people in this world are not happy. People with political authority are not happy. People with all the good stuff are also ultimately not happy. We all thought we will become happy by doing education. Then we all thought we'll be happy by getting married. Then we thought we all be happy by getting a job. Then we all thought we'll be happy by coming to America. Right? We're chasing happiness. Are we happy? And when you say happy, happiness in this world is simply the time difference between two bad things. Why do we say good morning? Good morning means nothing has gone wrong this morning. Good afternoon means nothing has gone wrong this afternoon. Have a safe journey. Why? जाएगा वापस आएगा पता नहीं. Look at the flight in Ahmedabad. Right? Nice videos, bye bye, this and that. And then the flight lands in 1 minute only. कोई guarantee नहीं. Padam padam vipadam. The scriptures say every step is a danger. So that means we are experiencing misery every moment of life, but the time difference between the two, we count it as happiness. Just like some of these third degree techniques that cops use for on the prisoners. They will put the head of that person into some bucket of water and like cannot breathe now, right? After a few seconds or a minute, they take it out. What will that person do? Trying to breathe. Is that happiness? Well, it is better than in the water. But it's not happiness. It is just the time difference between the two times dunking. Right? So think of it like you are going for a party. Now, when you're going for a party, what is happening? You just now went to that nice store and bought new shoes perfectly matching your dress. You went to the party. Just the only thing that is wrong is you bought those shoes which are little too small and they're very tight on your feet and they're hurting. You go into the party, walk into the party, say, wow, nice dress, nice shoes. Where did you buy it? Yeah, I went to the Bellevue Square Mall and blah, blah, blah. Whole party you are smiling, crying internally because that shoe is biting you. First thing you come home, what do you do with the shoe? Remove, throw it away. Is that happiness? Well, the suffering paused. It's not happiness. It's not positive happiness. It is lack of trouble. So, a soul in this body is simply lack of trouble is happiness. So far, so good, yeah. It could have been worse. 10,000 लोगों का layoff हो गया. How are you? मैं बच गया. Happiness. It's not happiness. It is just lack of suffering. So that is why it says that the soul is stuck in the body. Because at the soul level, Sat, Sat means what? Eternal. मौत का डर नहीं है. You don't have to die. Wow. Chit, knowledge. You don't need to go to social media or educational institutes to learn. The soul already knows I am part and parcel of God and I'm supposed to be happy. And it is naturally happy. The soul, even if you say become unhappy, it is not made that way to become unhappy. So Sat Chit Ananda Vigraha, it has a shape. Now you answer my question. The soul is naturally happy and the body is naturally dead. When we are sad, who is sad? Answer the question. Okay, one answer. What else? Soul is unhappy. Soul is sad. But soul is by default, like potassium is potassium. Now, how it will become magnesium? It is Sat Chid Ananda Vigraha. Cannot become unhappy. तो दुखी कौन है? Body is dead, Baba, by nature. It looks alive because of the presence of the soul. Maya.
Something that is
Come forward. I want to see you. You have a seat. Okay. So, very good. Any other answers? All answers are good answers. I don't think I'm judging you. Any other answers?
it's a soul ultimately, right? Because
Soul is unhappy. But soul cannot become unhappy.
I, this consciousness is the soul, right? It's coming through
We are going-
by physical body.
Okay.
Ultimately, it's who is thinking. It's me and I'm thinking. Like you said, somebody remember the past life. There is a consciousness somewhere that memory is preserved. That's how things are coming.
I'm asking, is body becoming unhappy or soul is becoming happy? You are saying soul is becoming unhappy. Okay, that is an answer. So park it now. Okay, very good. Park it for now. Any other answers? Who is becoming unhappy? Body is dead, soul can only be happy. So we'll answer that also today. Okay. Just checking whether it is time for prasadam. 10 more minutes. By the way, I'll continue presenting. You will have the experience. So, what is the scientific proof of existence of spirit soul? Atma, Bhatakti Atma, Trasta Atma, Pareshan Atma. What is the evidence, Baba? Are you just saying it because it is in the books? Show me the money, right? So, what is the first level? The first level is common sense. Second is consciousness. Third is near death experience. And fourth is reincarnation research. So, let's see how we can dive through each one of them. So, when somebody dies, let's assume each one of you have a specific mother tongue. We will go through that exercise. In Hindi, they say, or English, they say, this person has left, right? In Hindi, they say, chale gaye. So, in your own mother tongue, in one sentence, tell me, when somebody dies, what do you say? Start left this time. With you, sir. What's your name? Raj. In your mother tongue, what do you say when somebody leaves the body?
We say
I don't know what that means.
What is your mother tongue?
Mother tongue is Telugu, but
Telugu. Do you have more Telugu people? Okay, so we'll get answer. Okay, sir. What do you say in your mother tongue? Chalegni. Okay, yes. Where you, sir?
So
కాలం చేశారు కొంచెం
Gujarati. Telugu. Acha. The yellow t-shirt.
Bihar.
देहांत हो गया, देह का अंत हो गया.
Yeah, Telugu. Kalam.
same actually translates to let the body.
The baby do not know. पीछे. Anybody wants to say anything? Kavita ji? चले गए. Okay. Anybody?
I'm from Rajasthan. It's different, little bit different than Hindi. Yapa.
क्या say? What is it? What do they say?
Yapa.
Yeah. And your mother tongue, what do you say?
Mother tongue Hindi Bhojpuri.
भोजपुरी. अच्छा. क्या बोलते हैं? कोई चला गया. कोई चला गया, मर गया. कितना बोलते हैं? मर गया. In my young age, there was the days of first time those video cassette players. जिसमें fast forward का option होता था. So one of my friends used to say, my grandfather fast forward away. It's college days. So ultimately, people are saying somebody has left. But boss, the person you're shaking hands with, hugging, kissing, dancing together, giving high fives is lying right there. Who left? So commonsensically, we are saying the soul has left. Do you agree? Now consciousness, right? Just like I said, if a king cobra appears out of nowhere, we will react. Microphone, laptop will not react. This mridanga will not react. Farak kya hai? Conscious. It's not conscious. We are conscious. So you do a camera recording. The camera doesn't care whether it is beautiful or not. It will record the memory, right? But people who are experiencing it will say, wow, right? Will come out of the class and say, क्या पका दिया यार, but खाना अच्छा था, right? So that is sign of consciousness that you're experiencing. So what is near-death experience? This is something you can Google for yourself. That's your homework. Google the near-death experience, out-of-body experience. Why? Because people have done research on that. That during a surgery, what happens? The patient comes out of the body. Heart surgery is going on, and the doctors are talking about the golf that they played. After surgery is over, the patient comes to life again. He's alive only. It comes to consciousness after the anesthesia is over, and he starts blaspheming the doctor, saying that what you guys were talking about golf when my heart surgery is going on. You have no shame. And the doctor is saying, but you were kind of unconscious. How do you know? No, I was hovering about listening to all of you. And this was in the Western world. The doctors got into this research now. They started a research project. Let's identify all these out-of-body experiences, near-death experiences. And anybody has gone through out-of-body experience here? And sometimes we are shy saying in public. But I have had my DYS students who come and tell me, yes, I have gone through out-of-body experiences. Two distinctly I remember. One person in my office, Gora American, he told me, since childhood, I can come out anytime. Okay, thank you. I do not have out-of-body experience. This was for the sake of records. But they say 11% of the Americans go through that. So there are studies happening. And because people are going through experiences, there are a lot of books in the market. Feel free to take a photo if you want to go order those books from Amazon.com. Buy those, right? Or just trust my words. And then this is another gentleman, Dr. Ian. He basically started documenting all the cases of reincarnation. And what they do, they try to eliminate all other possibilities of you are lying. And when they come to the conclusion that Prasadam is good, so you can feel the fragrance. That is sign of consciousness, right? So 3,000 cases of spontaneous reincarnation memories. A child is born It's born in a Bhojpuri family. Start speaking in Telugu. Age 1, age 2. अरे क्या हो गया? Then they starts explaining parents, village, this, that. Then you have to put that child in the train. And the child will guide you at the age of 2, 3. It will guide you to the village. It will guide you into the location. It will guide you to tell you things in that family. Then that family will confirm, yes, we had this person in the family who passed away, and now this is reborn. So, like that, when there is a triangulated 360-degree feedback and authenticity, then they record the case. His student is Dr. Pasricha in Bangalore. She's continuing that work in India also. Interesting is, in the Abrahamic religions, that means the top three, like Judaism, Islam, and Christian, they really don't talk about incarnation. They say one life, right? So that means that is out of syllabus basically. So that's why there is not much discussion. And in spite of that, there is not much discussion, no discussion kind of approved. Still, there is so much of discussion on this topic. Why? It's the reality of life. And then reincarnation, there are again a lot of books for those who are interested. Easiest thing is to go Google it. See unlimited videos. Phobias is another example. Phobias means you are extremely scared of something, like, uh, some people look at, say, knives and they're like, knife. क्या हो गया? Knife ही तो है. Right? Or a body of water, like a lake or a river, they are very scared. Or mountain heights, snakes, guns, anything. They are something scared of, really something that possibly is a result of how they died in the last life. That is why they are carrying this fear. Now, something out of syllabus, it is possible to do a past life regression therapy. Go back to that experience in the previous life and heal yourself from that trauma so that you can heal in this life from that phobia. Possible. If that phobia is impacting your life, then you go for this. If it is just डर लगता है, it's okay. Why is it out of syllabus? It's not part of the ISKCON syllabus. This is my outside exploration that I'm telling you, that it is possible to heal it that. But that phobia is also example of we have lived before. Sorry.
Very stern fear of anything. So what's that? What is that?
What do you have?
So I'm not very scared of almost everything. Not
You
very.
don't have any phobias.
I wouldn't say so. I don't know.
So you don't have any phobias that you know of. Yeah, even I don't have any phobias that I know of.
So will I be like discovering it later in life or like?
No, maybe you died normal. That's all. Buddha okay, pakke, bore okay. Right? Even I don't have any phobias. And my wife has some phobias, and like we cannot go outdoor together because she's like, oh, it's too high, yeah? It's too much water. I'm like, क्या होता है उसमें? Let me try it and see what happens. Right? So twins are born. Now what happens? Still they can be very different personality. Why? They're born to the same mother, father, genetics, everything is matching, but they can be completely different. Ram, Lakhan, one can become like this, one another can become like that. Why? Because two souls, two karma packages. Their birth package can be karma package can be same. What happens? As long as our karma is similar, we are together. The moment karma differs, आप अमेरिका में आ गए, आपके घर वाले इंडिया में रह गए, karma package is different. When karma package is different, you have your experience also is different. You cannot be together if your karma is not aligned or matching. Everybody enjoys their own karma, like family you were talking about, right? For example, we will go, we are not going to do that. The prasadam will come to you. But example, we take our lunch plate, we go serve the buffet and come back to our table and we eat. We might be eating on the same table, but we are eating from our plate. Like that, the life we're experiencing is from our karma plate. Even if we are together with the family, our karma we have to experience. Our anxiety we have to experience. Or at the water cooler, people are drinking water together. They happen to be together. Or in the river, there are wooden logs floating. Which was that movie? Huh? Thank you. So The logs are floating, but they're not family. By the power of river, they are together. Clouds may come together by the power of wind, but by the power of wind, they will go out again. But they are so powerful that they can drench a whole city. Like that, the soul is very powerful. But it comes together. We come together by the power of time. We separate by the power of time. We cannot stop it. Clear? There are certain ways we are powerful. There are certain ways we are helpless. Amazing story coming up now. Anyone still having doubts about reincarnation? Raise your hand. Yeah, reincarnation is nonsense, यार गणेश क्या बोल रहा है? Anybody? One. Okay. Now, do you watch Fox TV, Fox News?
I watched it. I don't actively go and watch.
Okay. So Fox is a channel that basically represents the conservative thought process in USA. Yes. Conservative means those who follow the scriptures more. In the scriptures, there is no place for reincarnation. Here is a Fox channel publishing a report about reincarnation. Means it has to be proven beyond doubt for it to be like that. So enjoy this, please. I hope the volume works. Volume नहीं है. Haribol, we need help with the volume. Rahul is here. Gaurav, Rahul. Okay. Let's figure. We need help with the volume, bro. Oh, really? So for this purpose and this facility, we are using first time. So some glitch. What I can do is I can just pull this out and show you directly. Chalik?
There is subtitles too. Yeah.
No, hearing is powerful. Actually. Okay. Gaurav? Shall I just remove the wire after it done? Okay.
You can try to keep the microphone close to the head.
वो वहां से आ रहा है उतना हाइट मेरा
This laptop.
हाँ वो कर सकते हैं हाँ let's Gaurav Prabhu solve all my problems let's be able to solve हाँ जी subtitles no that sound is actually useful because those original characters are talking
Yeah, it will play here. We can
okay.
Same name, boyish good.
Sure. Okay, sure.
They have the same name, boyish good looks. James M. Houston, raised in the Midwest. James M. Leininger, a young boy from the Bayou. Whoa! There's something in the eyes. It's undeniable. That's not all they share. Somehow James Houston's spirit has affected my son, either through reincarnation. I don't know how it happened.
I can read the Japanese easy as pie.
Initially, what caught my attention was James's extreme fascination with airplanes. And every night he slept with his G.I. Joe action figures, which he named.
Took him to the Capitol Flight Museum.
Here's home video. While the other kids casually look at the plane, 2-year-old James seems to inspect it. Watch as he checks the underbelly, then climbs inside, donning the headset.
What?
I said, oh, look, there's a bomb on the bottom. He said, that's not a bomb, that's a drop tank. Bouncing about in the cockpit, James was flying high. That night, their world would change forever. He started having the nightmares, and that was my first indication that there was something wrong. It was a panic-stricken, terrorized screaming. Over and over again, James had the same terrible nightmare, 4 to 5 times a week. He was too young to explain the dream, but he could try.
bombing ships. You see men parachuting. Here's another one where planes are dropping bombs.
He would just be crying. He'd say, airplane crash on fire, little man can't get out. He laid on his back and kicked up at the ceiling and he goes, Mama, the little man's going like this. And he laid on his back and kicked his feet up. The little man's going, ooh, 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 can't get out. And I said, well, who's the little man, baby? And he goes, me. I thought Bruce and I were just going to faint. They questioned, what kind of plane?
Was there.
Why did your airplane crash?
My plane was shot down.
Who shot your plane?
He looked at me like I was a village idiot. He said,
The Japanese. And I kept thinking, where's he getting this? I was a stay-at-home mom, so I know that there wasn't anything that he was being exposed to, not exposed to in this life, but perhaps, just maybe, somebody else was. Decades earlier, James Houston grew up with the same insatiable fascination with airplanes. He became a naval fighter pilot and fought in World War II. March 3rd, 1945, during a mission near Iwo Jima, he took a direct hit. At age 21, was declared missing and presumed dead.
where did he take off?
Do you remember the name of your boat? He said Natoma.
Found several thousand hits on the word Natoma.
The USS Natoma Bay launched into battle, headed for Iwo Jima in the fight for Lady Gulf.
It's the biggest naval battle in the history of the world.
Leo Pyatt served on the ship. From his home in Ohio, he organizes the Natoma Bay reunions. That's how Bruce found him.
Wanted to disprove it. He asked a few questions about, did I know some of the people? Oh yeah, I remember those people. And so he got very quiet.
It was all real. The people and places James described actually existed. And remember those G.I. Joe dolls that James named? Turns out 3 men with the same names, first and last, served on the Natoma and were killed in action. James said they greeted him in heaven after his crash. I'd always asked him, do you remember what your name was? And he always said James. But his name is James.
A rather large shell just hit him in the engine and it burst into flame and went down.
They showed Leo the drawings.
He was right on the hunt. I'm sure, in my mind, that he was there.
Leo invited James, now 3, to the reunion. James recognized several pilots, even called them by name. You're Bob Greenwald. I'm serious. He'd never met Bob Greenwald. No, he'd never met him before. And someone else was invited. James Houston's sister, Anne. And he goes, it's not Anne, it's Annie. She wasn't my oldest sister. I had an older sister than that. And I said, you did? Who was that? And he goes, Ruth. Ruth.
Annie is what they called me when I was little. Knowing my name and my sister's name, things that my brother did when he was a kid. It's too amazing to describe how he would feel it that way, but he does. He considers me his sister.
But does she consider James her brother?
I think it's probably a reincarnation of my brother.
Suzanne Stratford, Fox 8 News.
Was it audible? Okay, so we continue.
And there's really want a video. That video is from the Haryana.
They have the same name. Which?
Right.
Oh, there was a case of Haryana. Yeah, there are hundreds of cases. Yeah.
In India, it's not like new cases.
Right. Yeah, India, what happens? People are open to talk about it. But when in the regions where the scriptures don't give you permission to talk about it, there is a hush-hush discussion and lots of suppression of the facts. But then sometimes, right, it is so obvious that the parents did the research. They are Southern Baptist Christians, that means they're very strict. And because scriptures don't support it, they wanted to kind of prove it wrong. So did all kinds of research to come to the conclusion that it is right. Then they wrote a book, and that is how they came to the fox. So it became famous because it's like, wow, we don't believe in this, but it is real. Another girl, right, Shukla Gupta, remembering her first life. Again, this small girl who grows up says that, hey, She used to have Minu, her child. She's playing with the doll, Minu. Then they realized she's talking about her daughter. Then she guided them to the previous house. She took the whole family from here to meet with the previous life family, and she showed the path. In the village, when she was walking in, the one elderly person came from the front. She's doing like this. It was her in-law, the father-in-law, right? Then they enter the house. The house has an entrance. They had shifted the entrance. She's confused. A child, right? कहाँ पे entrance कहाँ गया? But the entrance had shifted to other side. Then they enter. They make 12 family members stand in line to say, "Who is your husband from the past life?" He says, "This guy is my husband." Then she takes him to the side and she explains him things that only husband and wife will know. The husband agrees, "This is my wife." Then she goes and starts caressing her previous daughter, who is bigger than her. That Minu. So this became again very famous, right? In Mumbai, the Discover Yourself class was going. One student stood up and said that I'm a case of reincarnation. Now, when you give classes in college we have girls and boys, and sometimes the boy might be trying to impress the girls, right? That was the teacher's idea. He said, "Tell me more." Next time, the student got the newspaper cuttings of his news in the paper that he's a case of reincarnation, right? So many cases are real. We just have to bump into them or go to the YouTube. What are great personalities talking about it? I am not going to spend too much time on it because they are great. Benjamin Franklin, John Adams, Socrates. I'm confident that there truly is such a thing as living again and the living spring from the dead. So many people, when they really think about it, they come to the conclusion we have lived before, we are going to live after. Whether their current philosophy supports or not, just as a human being, if you think enough, it's life is much easier to explain in the context of reincarnation. You take out reincarnation. Now somebody says, "How is a child born with AIDS?" You cannot explain. Like there is no previous life. Then this life, everybody should be equal. No? There's only one life, and we all come from God. Everybody has to be equal. Why we are not equal? Oh, because there is a history, there is a past. You see a drama, the human beings will go through emotions. And the camera is like, okay, voltage in, voltage out. How is the prasadam? Good. Raise your hand if you like. Now, if we feed it to some machine, can the machine say it is yummy? Right? Is that emotion that we get, right? That's a sign of consciousness. Now, one may say, but our body is also complex and so many things. So why bother that the soul is powering the body? How God's engineering is better than our engineering still in 2026? We cannot put a laptop and a phone together and a pamphlet comes out of it. That doesn't happen. A laptop remains a laptop and a phone remains a phone. They never mix up to create third item, correct? But God's engineering is so good that you take two models, put them together, get them married, third model comes out. That is God's engineering. Right? You put two horses together, third horse is made. The body, the car does not heal itself. Like you go and dent somebody's car. 7 days it is healed back. Have you seen that? No. But if we get hurt, we repair also ourselves naturally. So God's engineering is still ahead of human engineering because our models are better. If you look at Mother Earth, the whole globe, the only thing importing is sunshine. Everything else is self-sustained. It rolls here only. It's a symbiotic factory where what the plants are giving out, the animals are consuming, what animals are giving out, plants are consuming. There is a carbon cycle, there is an oxygen cycle, there is a nitrogen cycle. Isn't it amazing design? So think of it. The God's engineering is amazing. So the living body goes through a 6 changes and we can multiply and we have thinking, feeling, and willing. These are the primary three differences between the live and dead. तुम्ही पण घ्या कारण दोन वाजता. So 6 changes that the living body goes through are what? Birth, we're born, we grow, maintain, reproduce, dwindle, and death. 6 stages. Try to see where you are in your lifespan. I'm on the dwindling side, I can say. This is my most favorite slide. If you take a photo of this, I will not charge you. So we are in 3 parts as our architectural existence. We are in 3 parts. What is the outer covering? As per scriptures, Pancha Mahabhutas: earth, water, fire, air, and ether. Earth is the most heavy item, like physical items. Water, obviously. Fire, air. What is ether? Ether is the space, just the space. So in our body also we have space. It has to be. Between 2 molecules, 2 atoms, 2 electrons, there is space, right? So space is a component that is used. So physical body we can see very easily. So it's not much question on that. That's the most outer covering that we have. That is what we lose when we die. Okay. Inside that, there is a subtle body. Subtle body is like you have a physical hardware and then you have software architecture inside that. So that soft body, which is not, you cannot touch it, that is called a subtle body. There are 3 dimensions to that. One is mind, second is intelligence, third is false ego. Now, are you out of your mind? Okay. What is it? What does that mean, right? Because that means your behavior is a little off. Yeah. So mind is this is the best part, and this is my most favorite slide in this session. Mind is the database that is more powerful than all the databases you know in the technology world. Petabytes, gigabytes, whatever bytes you have. Mind is the most powerful database. Why? It stores 2 things. One is all the experiences we have from billions of lifetimes are stored nicely, archival. It also, while living those lifetimes, we had certain desires at every point in time. All those desires are also recorded. So all the experiences from the past and all the desires for future are recorded in the mind as a database. What is the second thing? Intelligence. Intelligence is ability to distinguish between good and bad. Today, at the same time, I am sure there are some good movies running in Seattle. You could have gone to that. But you chose to come to a Bhagavad Gita session. Means you used your intelligence to use your time wisely for the long-term investment. So that decision that you made is using the intelligence. Intelligence allows you to differentiate between Lord Ram and Ravana, or Hanuman and Ravan, right? Good and bad. That distinction comes from intelligence. We have to make our intelligence stronger by the spiritual practice. What is false ego? False ego is me believing I am this body. I think I am Ganesh. And hence, when somebody says, say for example, say I'm from Mumbai and I speak Marathi, and somebody says something bad about Marathi people, I get agitated. Kya ho gaya? In proportion to how much I believe I am Maharashtrian, I will get angry. Now Rahul is here. Rahul is a Maharashtrian. For generations, he is in Hyderabad. So he speaks Telugu. He may not get that much angry when you say Marathi people. He's also Marathi. But he's subdued Marathi. He's not that attached to being a Marathi person. So he'll be less agitated. Agree? So in proportion to how much we attach to that identity, we get agitated more. That is false ego. how much you think this is my car, somebody scratches the car, we get angry. Road rage. What is road rage? In India, especially, car is like Mera car, right? And somebody damages it, people express their emotions immediately. Not like insurance will fix it, don't worry. It's like, why did you do it? You drove wrong. It's your mistake, your mistake. Udari punch fight. So the point is, false ego is soul believing I am this body. In that illusion, which is happening by the power of Maya, Maya is an energy, Lord's energy. By the power of Maya, a soul believing that I am this body goes through an experience of becoming sad or happy. So we are in the state of hypnosis. Maya means we are in the state of hypnosis of only believing I am this body. In that hypnosis, because I think I am this body, when the body goes through something, the soul thinks, "Oh, problem, right? But soul is independent of the body, has zero connection to the body other than being stuck in the body. And hence, there is no need to be connected with the bodily items. That is the spiritual practice, allows us to go to the soul level and live our original identity as we are, not being bound by the limitations of the body, where you give whatever you give, what comes out is never good. That is body. So, who becomes unhappy? Soul, in proportion to how much the soul believes I'm this body, experiences the illusion of happiness, unhappiness because of the connection to body. The moment soul gives back full confidence, I am not this body, then does not matter. Right? So mind is clear. It's a database storing two things. At the end of it, there will be a quick reflection where everybody has to say, what did I learn today? And we have to go fast about it because we are short on time. So keep your mind ready what you're going to say. But the whole idea is that mind is a database, intelligence is ability to discriminate, false ego is ahankar, I am this body, and we are living in that illusion whole life. Because now I am this body. Where does this body come from? India. So now I have to be a proud Indian. Right? I come from Maharashtra. Now I have to be a proud Maharashtrian. I come from Mumbai. Now I have to be a proud Mumbaite. Right? Then I'm a Hindu, born in a Hindu family. I have to be a proud Hindu. Do you understand? The garva se kaho hum Hindu hai. So the whole point is connection to the body is leading us to believe in something, behave in certain way, and that is at a body level, that is not at a soul level. Bhagavad Gita is at a soul level. That is why first chapter Arjuna is saying, let's not fight. In second chapter, Krishna convinces him, at a soul level, you have certain duties, perform that, you'll be fine. So we can live the bodily life, but at a soul platform. That is Bhagavad Gita. And at the top is our original Sat Chit Ananda, the soul that is eternal, happy, conscious. Right? So nobody can make us unhappy. If we remember, without our choice, without our permission, nobody can make us unhappy. One Hanmat Prashak Maharaj, a Swami who is a science graduate in 50 years back, he came to Seattle, he was giving a class, he was saying, once you are convinced that you are soul, not this body, that is his words, I'm only repeating. Even if somebody burns you alive, you'll be like continuously happy and still getting burnt. That was his definition of once you are at a soul level, it will not matter what happens at the body level. So the spiritual practices like chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra allows us to move from I am really this body to maybe I'm not this body. I think I'm not this body. Oh, I'm feeling convinced that I'm not this body. I am absolutely not this body. I'm this Atma. So this smooth transition comes from the practices, spiritual practices that we do. So we explained what mind is. It's a storehouse, right? The intelligence decision maker. Then what is this? A soul going for a ride. The mind is basically the intelligence is trying to control the horses using the ropes which are mind, and the senses are eyes, ears, skin. So what happens? People say, I have to go to this music concert. What is happening? The senses, ears are pulling us in that direction. I have to go for this movie. Oh, the eyes are pulling us in certain direction. So these senses are pulling us all the time. And the soul is going for a ride. Question on this slide?
I have a question on this slide.
Yeah.
So trying to understand the subtle body. The subtle body, where does its journey start and where ends? For example, body, take the place in the mother's womb. To start from there, and when they get buried in all.
Very good question. I got your question. So when the soul arrives from spiritual world into the physical world, now it is assigned a physical body and a subtle body also. But the subtle body goes from life to life together. See, the mind remembers your
soul.
Yes, soul. Why? How would you remember your billion lifetimes experience in the mind without that mind being with you all along? So when the soul goes from X body to Y body, the gross body is dropped, but the subtle body goes with the soul as a package.
So the ghost and the preta
They have
we
it.
see,
They have it.
they are subtle body as well as the
Soul, yes. So give him a big hand. Intelligent hand. Happy? Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita 6.6 says, for one who has conquered the mind is the best of the friends, but one who has failed to do so, the mind will remain the greatest enemy. So mind is so powerful. If it is in control, it's like, wow, it can do a lot of things for you. But mind out of control can get you in trouble very quickly, actually. Yes. Controlled and uncontrolled. So few slides are kind of common sense, garbage in, garbage out. Means mind is a database. Now, what do you feed it? You can feed Bhagavad Gita knowledge, you can feed Sanskrit shlokas, you can feed good behavior, you can feed it good company, good poems, or you can feed lots of garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. Whatever you feed in will come out. So most of our thinking is based on what we are exposed to. There was or is a Netflix documentary that says Social Dilemma. In the Social Dilemma, they show that once you start seeing social media in one direction, like you start following Republican channels, the whole social media will orient itself to show you only Republican direction. Or if you see Democrat side, you will see only Democratic side, or Modi or non-Modi. So what happens? The social media is trying to understand what is your preference. The moment you give a hint, this is what I like, they give you that more. Now everybody goes into a very closed chamber, echo chamber, where they are only hearing back again and again the same thing. As a result, they get so convinced that two college friends who are very close friends, now they come to the WhatsApp group. One is supporting Modi, one is opposing Modi, and they can never agree that there can be a reality beyond the two. That is called a social dilemma. And it happens because mind, whatever you feed, it is going to take you more in that direction. It's cool to smoke cigarettes, right? As per college days. But intelligence said, mind said it's cool. Intelligence says it's a bad idea. So a lot of good things, like you're crossing a street, the mind will say, come on, you can run ahead of that car. And the intelligence will say, wait, let it be green. Make sure nobody's coming. Then you go over there. What divides us are all body level identifications. At a soul level, we are completely united. In Calcutta, there was a Nagar Sankirtana, in spiritual procession by ISKCON, that 120 countries represented with their flags. Before that, Modi ji had done a yoga, and that was 105 countries. So the Calcutta Center wrote to Modi ji that we don't want to break your record. We can stay on 104 if you want. Modi said, no, you're doing good job. Take your 120 flags and enjoy the breaking the record and creating the new record. So it is possible to unite at a soul level by connecting to the Supreme. The soul connecting to the super soul is common across all life. Everything else at a body level can be, here it is like this and over there it is like that. All right. So this is where we are to the end of our session. My question to you is, there are two parts. You will have questions and you will have reflections. So let's take questions first. The good news is, if the question does not get answered in this session, in next 5-6 sessions it will get answered, right? Or I can say parking lot item, record the question, and we'll answer it next time. Chalega. So let's go with questions first. Any question from today's syllabus? Not like I saw a Netflix and I have question from that. What did you learn today, and what is the question on that? Yes, sir.
Still a question for this hard one. The soul by default is happy and the body is like I know it could
Soul is experiencing the misery because of being in the hypnotism of considering itself a body. Just like as much you think I am my car, somebody damages your car, you feel unhappy. It is only in proportion to how much you believe that this is my car, this is me only, it's my identity. You know. Thank you. Who else? Yes, sir.
It's everything that we do is based on if we believe that we won't have free will. So
There is a whole session on karma. So it will get answered.
do we have like a legal problem? Where we are not where we are doing what we are doing.
Yes, there is a combination of what we are put into and what free will we have. For example, we can come into this room, eat prasadam, ask questions, and go. But if you say, while going, I want this Bose speaker, probably they will say no. So there are few things allowed, few things not allowed. State of Washington puts the roads, licensing authority, DMV, Department of Licensing, cops to catch you and give you penalties. All infrastructure is there, right? So there are certain constraints in how you do things. Driving is a privilege, it is not a right. It can be taken away. So if you drive well, what happens? Your insurance goes down. If you drive horrible, one can go to jail also. So there is a free will to drive better or worse. But the platform is given by state of Washington. The platform of life is given by God. But what you do with that platform will make you Modi or Rahul Gandhi. Chale. Thank you. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
My mind is thinking, why did he compare Modi with Rahul Gandhi? It's not exactly opposite side.
I didn't say that. You concluded.
So my question is on the reincarnation. Well, I know there are evidences, but why some person I don't feel that could be I mean obviously I am reincarnated, but why don't remember everything? Why not everybody?
We'll park this question. We'll answer it next time. The simple answer is we are on need to know basis. We are going through a program of rehab. We are on need to know basis. So we are given what we need to. But we cover more of that. It's very difficult, even if you remember all traumas of this life. So it's a better arrangement than remembering everything actually. Right? Now I'm going to turn the laptop around and stop presenting. And we are going to take reflections from you. Give me your quick reflection, not a long story. A quick reflection of what did you learn today? What did you like today? Like the top 1 or 2 items at the most. Chalega? Okay. Oh, why this showing? Gaurav? No, please come. Yeah, what is your question?
I was still stuck with the subtle body. If it is more with the the soul, why?
I want only the reflections now. So
Yeah.
stop sharing. That thing should show video. Yeah.
Yeah, if it goes with the soul, why does it have its own identity? Why do we call subtle body? It has a separate identity. Must be something different from the soul.
We'll take that question in the parking lot. We'll answer it next time or call me. Okay. So reflections. Who wants to go first? What did you like today? We're just time bound, that's all. Yes. Or we just go one at a time. Just give out 1 or 2 lines or items. We'll start with our friend first. Okay. Yes. Is it visible? Correct? Everybody is visible?
Yeah.
Okay. And microphone.
I like the conceptual difference between mind and soul, and how if we are happy or sad, then it is because we don't know that both are different. We assume that they are the same. So that's why we feel that our soul is sad or happy, but that is not different.
Well,
Today, yeah, I like the concept of the distinction between soul and body, and also like how feeling like good things for the soul would give a good output. So like the books we read and the things we do for the soul would give us like this.
well, yes. Also, give your question when you're doing reflection.
It's nice.
Hi, this is Teja. Yeah, I think I kind of agree with like I really like the concept of like feeding our soul, like understanding the difference between soul and the body. And it was the first time that I heard about the concept of subtle body and soul. So that was really like a new thing that was really
Well,
So my name is Aditya. What I really liked about today's class is like how everyone has already pointed out the distinction between soul and body and how we get attached to body and thinking like we are body and go through emotions that and also like the reincarnation part like how we keep score not just from this life but also like from the past life like basically like it's not just like one life that we're doing like multiple different times. So that's like one of the two things that I got.
well,
I'm Ganesh. I specifically like the piece where in the part where you mentioned about false ego and how we associate ourselves when we are part of a group, and that's what becomes our identity. And uh, when we surround ourselves with better thoughts, better decisions, better decisions, as you mentioned, even who I chose to come here instead of doing something else for a long term investment. So that is something I resonate with, and I was glad that the validation kind of.
Yeah, today I like two things. The one thing is like in our life, we always goes in ups and downs, so many things going around. Reminding ourselves that we are soul, things are temporary. It's recharged me, and maybe for some times, maybe a couple of months will be good. So knowing all these things, revising these things, discussing about these things, uh, reduces the pain. And the second thing that I like is the food that we got today. Thank you for prasad.
all the volunteers, let's give them a big hand. Hold the microphone close and speak loudly. Very nice.
In Zambi and I was learning I was learning the difference of the soul and the body.
Good job. And thank you for coming.
Yeah, really, Lokesh. I learned like two important parts. First is like we should be always detached ourselves. That is the number one. Number two is like what we feel to our mind, same thing is going to come out. And the third, which I like it, is more about that, okay, how we can, because nothing is like permanent. It will keep on changing and we have to go with the flow. Okay, my name is Aditya. I like the part where you mentioned that process of starting would help in making the distinction here between soul.
Hi, my name is Raj. I like the questions you asked on why is the soul unhappy, although its nature is happy, and the way you dissected it, you actually answered it. and also the concept that the portion in which you feel attached to something. You gave the examples of the car or Mumbai. That is very fascinating. Obviously, I also like the book. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Nikita. I think the couple of key takeaways which I really want to take home today is shifting the focus from short-term investment to focusing on the long-term investment by focusing on the aspects that really matter. And second one was the screenshot that you had shared from the Pune ashram was quite incredible. Maybe learning about karma balance and why certain things happen in certain way. Maybe I'll try to learn a little more about it.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kaveri. What I like most about this class was, Prabhuji, your voice is very soothing and calming, and it's not like we don't have to do that. So I think your approach is very pragmatic. And the second thing is, it's complex topic, right? And I came with an open mind, and it resonated about the soul portion, that this body, this clothes, the worldly things, temporary, but that isn't what the soul is, and it's a good reminder. So yeah, and thank you all the volunteers for.
Thank you.
Hi, please come back. So today I learned recent post is like the thing is permanent, so don't be straightforward too much. It's all about that recycling like that. And the second is we have the right to feed our mind. If we feed like good things, we are going to get the good things, like Prabhuji told that karma balance. If we do good things, we are going to get the good things. Bad things, it will become bad. Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
Hi. Thank you to all the
Thank you.
and cooking team.
The cooking team, the army of volunteers behind us. We are just, they are hard working.
So we are delivering, but somebody is waking up early and cooking for us. So we'll take a group photo and then we'll close today's session. You have my phone number from the WhatsApp group, Ganesh. I'll send something today so that you have it. Call me during the week, no problem. Your homework is to go look up YouTube on reincarnation and outer body, near body experience, all of that. Contemplate, discuss with your family, share the thoughts, share the ideas, and come back with more questions. Call me during the week, no problem. But every time we have a new session, new topic, and it's intense syllabus made into baby food. It is a very complex, deep Bhagavad Gita topic made into baby food by amazing brahmacharis from Pune. So again, kudos to them for this to make it easy for people like us to present it over here. I don't want to take the credit for creating this, although we have translated it in different languages. So again, I thank each one of you from the core of my heart for making time, paying attention, and taking the benefit of Bhagavad Gita classes. It is meant for whole humanity. If you get benefited, all your family members will also get benefited. Every batch, every class, every grade, every educational system, every batch, the batch gets divided into few parts. There are toppers and there are droppers. Don't be a dropper. Come to the next class, come to all 7 sessions. Try to understand. After that, what you want to do in life, we have given you a map of life. After that, there is a free will given by God to say, I want to benefit from this knowledge, or I don't want to benefit from this knowledge. And on the topic of soul, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that the topic of soul is such that after explaining, still some people will keep wondering what is going on. So if that happens, Krishna says it will happen. So don't worry. With that, again, Srila Prabhupada, Hare Krishna, thank you so much. We'll stand for a group photo. Helps. Group pictures. Should we sit down and take the photo? That will be easier.